Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I'm filming in a different location. It's such a dreary day outside that I cannot seem to find good lighting anywhere in this house. It's been so frustrating. I'm just thinking I just need to get this recorded so that I can edit it later and get it posted to my YouTube channel, because it's been such a long time since I've been able to record a video. So I'm on here today to share office spaces. So most of you know who followed me for last, gosh, I can't believe that it's been over 11, it's been about 11 years since I've started the blog. Sometimes I think about it and I just go, wow, I can't believe I'm still blogging and still doing a little bit of the social media work and still doing a little bit of influence. It shocks me. There are days where I want to quit. Because sometimes it could be just too much, and then you get into the comparison trap, and I'm just trying to stay in my lane. I mean, I'm in my 40s. I'm not going to be the young, skinny influencer. It's just not me. I mean, I've always just like, you know what? Stay in your lane. So anyway, most of you know that I've always shared things about elegant living, whether small or expensive. And so in this video, I'm just sharing a few things that I have in both of my offices. So I have a space here. We're actually in my office space in my home. And we are on my lovely green settee that I got from Jenny Eggers and her interior, well, it's sort of like a sale that she had in her design studio, which is fantastic. So I have my space here at home, and then I have a space downtown where I work full time. So there won't be a lot of pieces that I show you downtown because that's my work area and I want to keep that private. But I will share, you know, little things that I have around that make my life wonderful, and that they are organizational items that I have and that I enjoy, and that they're also decor items that I have around and that I enjoy. And I've been saying this a lot lately, and I've been saying this since COVID. Life is short. It's very short, and with so many crazy things going on, I don't even watch the news as much. I get my news as I should, but with there being so many things going on, you should have pieces around that you enjoy, especially if you work full-time and you had to go back to work in person. If you were teleworking, like we had to go back full-time, we're not allowed to telework right now. But if you have had to go back to your office, have things around that make your life wonderful. So here in my home office, I have the boutique over here in the corner. I have my settee area. I have my bookshelf. This area will change, especially if we stay in this house, because once Lauren moves out, you know, which will take time, I'm going to move my office into her bedroom, and I'm kind of want to do wallpaper in there. So we'll see. That's going to be a couple of years down the road. But here in my space here, I just have things around that I enjoy, things that inspire the blog, that inspire, you know, me living the way that I do. And in my downtown office, I have beautiful pieces there. Like I've got some beautiful chairs. I've got the faux arrangements. I've got little things on my desk. In my drawers, I have my china. I have a personal drawer where I keep all the things I need, wipes, personal items that I take to the bathroom with me. And then I have a drawer where I have cleaning supplies. So, you know, as I get older, I'm learning and I see that I need different things in my life. So I'm sharing those pieces in both of my spaces. So I hope you enjoy. So here we are in my home office space. This is how I live with elegant things that I enjoy. So we'll start with my bookcase. So you guys know I picked this up from Facebook Marketplace. I think it's been 2 years already, and I really enjoy having it. It has all my books that I love to read, my devotionals, my decor books, and other novels or other things I like to read. So I'm all over the place when it comes to reading. I have my 2 ginger jars here that I picked up at an antique store. This garden stool I picked up from an antique store on Instagram, I think a couple of years ago as well. Over here is a new addition. This is my green settee that I picked up from Jenny Eggers. She's an interior designer here in my city. I've added some pillows to it. I actually love this piece so much. It's so beautiful. I have it here next to my garden stool. I had it reupholstered a couple of years ago. So I really enjoy having that. Here's where I have my devotional in the mornings. It's really quiet here in my office in the mornings. This is a vintage mirror that was given to me from one of my husband's clients. I don't know how old it is, but it's quite lovely. Over here I have a full-length mirror because I come in here in the mornings after I get dressed just to make sure everything looks good and you can't see anything and there's nothing crazy going on. Here is my desk. I got it from Value City Furniture a couple of years ago already. I really enjoy having all the space. You guys know Winston, picked him up from Balmar, or I think it's been a year already, maybe even 2. This is a vintage trash can that I picked up from an Instagram seller. And that's another little piece that I enjoy having in my office. Over here is the boutique. Right now I'm going through inventory and just revamping it, and I've got some ideas, so we'll see what I come up with. Over here on my desk, you know, normal office stuff. I like to use like little vintage pieces for my pens. I did pick up this swan soup holder from the Cake Bake Shop in Disney. So I also have one for my office downtown. This is a vintage cup that has my stapler and stapler removal. So this is how I use beautiful things, you know, in my space. My Stanley, of course. Love my cell phone holder. This is a new computer that I just got a couple months ago. I'm still adjusting to it, but it's great. Over here, another vintage, another ginger jar that I picked up from Jenny Eggers, her interior design sale. So yeah, this is where I do the block work and try to get inspiration. Over there is my printer and file system. I've got some work in there. It's all home stuff. So this is my space. This is, you know, how I live with beautiful things. So I'm thinking about painting the color up here. I want to go lighter because it's always so dark up here, and thinking about changing that light fixture again. This will be my 4th time changing it. But yeah, these are beautiful pieces that I like to live with, and I think you should have things around that you enjoy and use. So now we're going to go to my downtown office. Okay, so we are now in my downtown office. I can't share too much, but I will share the luxuries that I have here. So my new chair has been moved here, and it's beautiful, and I've gotten so many compliments on it already. I do think that it complements my other French blue chair that's been here for a couple of months. I picked it up I think maybe last year in the fall or in the summer. Can't really recall. My nesting table looks great there. Underneath I've got some vases that I use for floral arrangements, another luxury perk. I have my beautiful white lamp that's been here forever. This is a new find that I shared earlier this year. It's a diffuser. That's another luxury that I enjoy here in the office. And my Nespresso is still here. Got some faux flowers, a mirror to check my appearance. So again, beautiful things that I enjoy. Here I have this lovely porcelain tissue holder, which is I've had forever. I did purchase another swan pen holder for my space here. This looks like a giant mess, but I love faux florals, so another luxury that I enjoy. Of course, the cell phone holder is here, and I've really enjoyed this. This is a desk vacuum that I shared on my LTK a while ago, so that's another luxury perk. Over here, I've got a few photos. So it was mostly just photos of me and my husband, but I started to think, you know what, there are so many other things going on in my life. Not that I don't love my family, but I've added a picture of me and my team from the Decorated Show House. This is me and my girlfriends when we're out to dinner. My stepson got married. That's Lauren and her girlfriends, and that's me in front of the breakers. So, you know, I think that's other luxury that I've been really interested in lately, is showing different things in my life and activities that I do. Over here, I've got books that I'll read and enjoy on my break. Another luxury porcelain, a wonderful dish of chocolates, and I think those are things that everyone should have. Also artwork. I purchased this a couple of years ago in an antique store, and I still love it here in my office. The blue and white vases, are still on my wall along with the door knocker, so that's a luxury to have and things to enjoy. I'm moving around some things and clearing out some other items. My cherry blossom tree is still here, so I just think those are great things. Also a heater. So I have this also. It's another great luxury that I enjoy. It also is a fan as well. And underneath here is a footstool for my feet to rest on. So that's another great perk. And I've shared my desk chair as well. So those are items that you can have around in your space. So quickly, I wanted to mention this. This is my personal drawer. I've got a few organizers in here. I have Shout, other personal items that I use. And then down in this drawer, I have some cleaning supplies for my space. Then if you come to this drawer, this has all of my china. So I have my teacups, my teapots that I enjoy when it's tea time here in my office. Then in this drawer, I have my snacks. So I've got chocolate, my chai tea, some peanuts, peanut butter, and this was a vintage canister that I found at the antique store, and it has my tea bags in here. So again, small luxuries. Well, I hope you all enjoyed seeing both of my spaces in my office spaces in my life. If anything inspired you, leave a comment below. I love to hear if there's anything that you took from the video that you may implement in your own office space. I would love to know whatever that is. I hope it helps you. I hope you enjoy it. But I love to hear how people who read the blog follow me on Instagram, follow me on my other social media platforms, how they've purchased things that I have had on my website and love it and enjoy it and live with it. When I went to pick up my chairs from my upholsterer, Steve, he has antiques that he uses in his upholster shop. And I said, Steve, this is how you live with antiques. You use them, you live with them. That's how you live with elegance. And that's what I've been learning over the last, 20 years. I've loved antiques most of my life. I've always loved antique shops. I have always loved thrift stores. I've always loved those things. My grandmothers used to visit those, and that was my thing. And I once they exposed me, I just haven't been able to let go. So, let me know in the comments below if you have found something that you enjoy. Also, I am now on LinkedIn, so I have a business mentor now, which I'm so excited about. She is such a powerhouse. She's so smart. She works with a lot of companies here in Indianapolis, which has been huge. So we met for coffee, I think in May. I think it was May, because I know it was right before we left for Florida. So we met for coffee and we talked about strategies. I told her what my goals were for my brand and the business. And so far we are starting to work slowly into making those dreams come true. So she was the one that convinced me to start a LinkedIn account for Home for Elegance. So she said it'll be a great way for me to network and to get exposure here in my city, and it's working. I mean, if you go on there, you won't see a lot of connections right now because I'm still, learning how to use it, but I have a lot of impressions and a lot of people viewing my profile, reading things, and going to my website, which has been great. So we'll see what LinkedIn can do, and we'll see if the Lord uses that as a tool to open doors for me here. So we'll see. I'm not sure. And her and I will be meeting in August for coffee again. We're going to be meeting every couple of months to talk about more strategies and things that we're learning that are going on in the social media world right now. There are some articles that her and I are going to talk about, things that she's learning because she is in the trenches of social media work. So I'm excited to have this new person in my life. If you recall on my blog post, it's called Building My Life Team. I mentioned on there that I wanted a mentor, and here she came. So I think it's wonderful how when you push those dreams out there, things can come true. So we're working on that, and I'm really excited. So yeah, let me know in the comments below if there's anything that you liked in my 2 offices. So as I said, things will change. You know, we are moving spaces downtown, so we're not going to be in the same building that we are. So I'm looking forward to having a new office, new space with windows. So that's coming up, and I've already got some ideas in my head. I really want to bring a secretary into that space, but I'm not sure how my bosses would feel about that. But I would really love to put a secretary in my space, not to use for work, but to use for storage and decor. So we'll see if they'll allow me to do that. I'm not sure. So again, thanks for watching, and I'm going to try to film another video here soon. I talked to a friend who is in the guild, and she's one of the interior designers. She actually got to cook with Martha Stewart, was on her show a couple of years ago. So I kind of poked at her. I was like, hey, would you come on my YouTube channel and maybe we could do a recipe or something? And she's open to it. So I may approach her again, and we may try to come up with a plan to make that happen, but we will see. So again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.